What if I told you that the biggest reason traders lose has nothing to do with market conditions or strategies or even timing? What if I told you that it lives inside your mind, like a quiet echo that only grows louder every time you hesitate, every time you rush, every time you stare at a chart hoping to be saved? Imagine waking up before sunrise, the sky still painted in shades of dark indigo and soft gray. You pour yourself a mug of warm coffee, feel the steam touch your face, and the first sip lights up your senses. You shuffle to your desk, the chair creaks slightly, monitors come alive, and charts explode with color and motion. That early morning calm can feel like a sacred moment, a silent contract between you and the market. The trader's true job. Most think trading is about predicting, about being right. In reality, trading is about executing your edge, again and again, through a sea of randomness. When you stop trading to avoid missing out and start trading to stay aligned with your process, something shifts deep inside. You realize you don't need to catch every move. You don't need to swing at every pitch. You don't need to be part of every party. You start noticing small things. The way your breath sounds in the quiet before you place a trade, the feeling of your fingers resting gently on the keyboard rather than clawing at it. You begin to savor the tiny everyday rituals. The warm mug against your palm in the morning, the crisp sound of clicking keys as you journal your pre-market thoughts. You become a guardian of your focus instead of a hunter of hype. Embracing probability. Imagine a casino. The house doesn't care about one spin of the roulette wheel. It cares about thousands of spins. It knows it has an edge, and it knows that edge reveals itself only over time and many repetitions. You're the house. Each trade is a sample in a much larger series. You don't need every trade to work. You don't even need most trades to work. You only need to execute consistently. Over hundreds, over thousands. It's hard to internalize this. You might understand it logically, but your nervous system rebels. It wants immediate gratification. It wants to avoid discomfort. When you begin to truly trust probability, you start to exhale. You lean back in your chair after placing a trade, not glued to every tick. You stand up, stretch your arms, feel the shoulder blades unlock. You might open a window, breathe in the cool morning air. You might wander to the kitchen, refill your water, maybe watch the sun climb across the neighbor's rooftop. The trade plays out whether you watch it obsessively or not. The outcome matters less than your fidelity to your process. This is freedom. The self-trust foundation. Why does FOMO have such a tight grip? Because deep down we don't trust ourselves. You may distrust your system, your patience, your resilience. You think, if I don't jump now, I might never get another chance. When you build self-trust, you build an internal sanctuary. Start small. Create daily promises. If my plan doesn't trigger, I stay flat. If I feel emotional, I pause and journal before acting. If I break a rule, I log it fully and reflect without self-attack. You're rewiring your brain one promise at a time. In the morning, before charts, you might close your eyes and listen to your breath. You feel the coolness of air entering your nose, the warmth as it leaves. You might stretch lightly, roll your wrists, do a few slow neck rotations. This isn't about becoming a monk. It's about anchoring your mind and presence before the storm of flashing prices. You pour water into your favorite bottle, feel the cool droplets on your fingers, set it beside your mouse. You adjust your posture, check your checklist slowly, deliberately. These small acts of self-trust add up, like bricks forming a fortress. The discipline ritual. You need a personal protocol, a daily rhythm that holds you steady. Picture this. Before market open, you light a small candle on your desk, maybe a subtle scent of sandalwood or citrus. You close your eyes, visualize your plan, hear the soft flicker. You remind yourself, I am here to execute, not to chase. After each trading session, you grab your journal. You feel the pen glide over the paper, hear the gentle scratch of ink. You document, what did I feel before entry? Was I aligned or impulsive? Did I follow my process? Maybe you even draw small arrows or doodles, symbols only you understand. A small circle for patience, a triangle for aggression tempered by discipline. You log not just numbers and charts but your mental landscape. The low hum of anxiety, the sudden flush of excitement, the small pang of regret. Outside trading, you limit screen time. You take a walk in your neighborhood. You hear the breeze through the trees, the distant hum of cars, the laughter of children playing. You feel your feet press into the ground with each step, reconnecting you to something real and solid. At night, maybe you cook a simple meal, chop vegetables slowly, watch olive oil sizzle in the pan. You plate the food carefully, even if it's just for yourself. You take each bite mindfully, tasting the textures, appreciating the nourishment. These mundane moments, these seemingly small, ordinary acts, are where you build your mental edge. The hidden gift. When you stop hunting every opportunity and start honoring your edge, something magical happens. Your setups seem to find you. You spot them without effort. You feel calm, like watching waves roll toward shore. Your equity curve no longer looks like a roller coaster designed to shatter your confidence. It begins to resemble a gentle slope upward, steady, unwavering. More importantly, you feel a quiet satisfaction. A feeling that can't be captured by screenshots of P&L or bragging rights in online forums. Your daily life transforms. You sleep better, the tight knot in your chest loosens. You laugh more easily with friends, listen more intently during a conversation, savor the taste of morning tea without thinking about what the S&P is doing in pre-market. You become more present with your partner or family. You notice the way sunlight catches in their hair, the way their eyes crinkle when they smile. You feel gratitude pulse through you like a slow, warm current. You start to realize that trading was never really about the money. It was about self-mastery, about creating a life where you don't need the market to validate your worth. The new creed. Repeat this to yourself every morning. I don't need to be in every trade. I need to execute my edge with discipline and let the probabilities play out. Write it on a sticky note. Tape it to your monitor. Whisper it as you stir your coffee or lace up your running shoes. This mantra isn't just words. It's an invitation to live a different way, a way defined by alignment, patience, and internal power. The next time your finger hovers over the buy button, your heart pounding, your mind screaming, if I don't act now, I'll miss it forever. Stop. Breathe deeply. Feel the air fill your lungs, slow and steady. Place your hand over your heart. Ask yourself softly, am I acting from fear or from mastery? Pause. Feel the difference resonate through your body. When you choose mastery, you reclaim your power. You step into a quiet, unshakable place where market noise cannot touch you. You move like a seasoned surfer, waiting for your wave, unbothered by the crashing foam around you. In that space, you discover what every professional trader knows. Consistency is not out there, hidden in charts or indicators or news. It is not in the Twitter feed or the Discord channel or the guru's watch list. It lives inside you. It is born in the small decisions you make each day, to breathe instead of react, to pause instead of chase, to honor your plan instead of your ego. That's where freedom hides. So tomorrow, when the sun slips over the rooftops and spills light onto your trading desk, remember, you are not here to catch every move. You are here to master yourself. And when you do, profit is no longer a frantic pursuit. It becomes a natural byproduct of your inner alignment. The market will always tempt you. Always. But the ultimate victory is knowing you don't need it to feel whole. You can close your laptop, sip your tea, stretch your arms to the sky, and feel an ease inside that no winning trade can ever give you. Because at that moment you will know. You have finally stopped chasing the market and started becoming the master of your mind. You scan the charts, the candle formations, the volume bars, the levels you've marked from the night before. You hear the soft hum of the computer fans, the occasional bird outside, maybe the faint scent of breakfast drifting from a neighbor's kitchen. The world feels still, but inside your mind, there's already a storm brewing. There's a setup forming, not quite perfect. You lean forward, squinting, adjusting your posture unconsciously, muscles tensing. You feel your breath quicken. You check your watch, bounce your knee. Somewhere deep inside, an impatient voice whispers, "Don't let it leave without you." This is the moment most traders fall. The fear of missing out, FOMO, is not just a meme or a buzzword. It's a visceral, electric sensation. It tightens your throat, makes your hands hover over the buy button like a moth circling a flame. In those seconds, you're not really seeing the market anymore. You're seeing your own fears projected onto the screen. You're seeing the missed gains, the regret, the imaginary applause you think you'll hear when you finally nail the big one. But that applause never comes. When you enter out of desperation, the market punishes you swiftly and coldly. Price reverses, the small green flicker vanishes, red candles swallow your position. You feel heat rush to your face, your chest tightens, your mouth goes dry. You stare frozen. You might even close your eyes for a second, as if by looking away you can make the pain disappear. When you finally exit, that sense of relief is quickly replaced by shame. You push back from the desk, rub your temples, and whisper to yourself, "Why did I do that?" This cycle repeats, again and again. The core wound isn't the loss. It's what the loss represents. We chase because we think winning a random trade will fill a deeper void. A need to feel valid, smart, worthy, ahead of the crowd. We don't want to miss the party, the breakout, the move that everyone else seems to be catching. The trader obsessed with not missing out sees other people's success and turns it into self-blame. He thinks, if they can do it, why can't I? I must be slow. I must be behind. This narrative burns silently in the background like a faulty engine. You might wake up the next morning still replaying the chart in your head while brushing your teeth. You taste the minty foam, hear the faucet trickle, see the mirror fog up from your shower steam, yet your mind is stuck on that missed entry. You drive to pick up groceries or head to a gym, but each red light feels like punishment. Your shoulders slump, your mind replays every tick, every candle. Even when you sit down for dinner, the scent of garlic and rosemary in the air, your fork pauses halfway, the screen image flickers behind your eyes. You want to feel like you're participating, like you belong. But that rush to belong is the poison that erodes your edge.